Stringer Bell is about to have one of the greatest seasons in NFL history. After spending most of his last season injured, he almost carried the Raiders to a Super Bowl with 6 interceptions in the playoffs, including multiple pick sixes. He's finally looking like he did in college, and this season his goal is to win a Super Bowl and break the NFL interception record. We'll see if he can accomplish his goals and maybe even win his first league MVP. So in the first game of the season, Stringer and the boys are taking on the Chargers, and this game is going to get off to an amazing start as Stringer lurks it up for the pick, and he might take this all the way, just has Herbert to outrun, and he is going to get in the end zone. Let's go. A pick 6 for Stringer in the first half of Raiders football this season. I'm really hoping this will be a breakout year for Stringer, but offense has been terrible today, and the Chargers finally get their first touchdown in the third quarter. Stringer's big pick 6 is still the only touchdown the Raiders have scored so far. After falling just short in the Super Bowl last year, I thought this team would come out with more fire, but it is the Stringer Bell show today, and Stringer has returned to prime college form, putting his team back in the lead in the fourth quarter. That's as clutch as it gets. Stringer's dance moves could still definitely use some work, and the help on the zone defense could use a little bit of work as well, as Stringer releases dude over the middle, and he is going to take the lead right back for the Chargers. Literally all I want is one touchdown from the offense, and finally they give it to us. Now defenses just gotta lock it down for 2 minutes. This drive is already a third and very long for the Chargers, and Herbert getting out of the pocket here just has to throw it away. So this is gonna be the game, 4th and 12, and I do not know what the hell that was, but defense comes up big. Unfortunately, offense doesn't kill the clock and only gets 3, so the Chargers have 1 minute to drive it down with no timeouts, and I'm really hoping we're not getting set up for another heartbreak. This time 4th and 7 really is the game, and once again Herbert airmails his wide receiver. Stringer and the boys are gonna get out of here with a big week 1 dub. Stringer completely put the team on his back with only 1 total tackle but 2 pick 6s. Next up we're taking on Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, and Lamar tries Stringer Bell right out of the gate. This season is going exactly as I'd hoped so far. Stringer has taken a big step forward, man. Unfortunately, the Raiders offense has been useless. I was expecting him to be a little bit better this season. Stringer's doing the best to put this team on his back, but this Ravens offense is not one that's going to get kept out of the end zone forever. Offense finally able to get a touchdown late in the third quarter, but if the Ravens score here, it might not be enough. Lamar, you gotta fumble that, bro. Stringer's offense has been held to under 70 total yards today, and he's covering up the corner route there, able to leap for it and get his second pick of the day. Stringer is balling out, boys. Offense better cash this in for something. Stringer showing his ball tracking and athleticism there. Unfortunately, they do no such thing, and despite Stringer's performance, this one might just be over. The last chance to keep this game alive is going to be on the 3rd and 8, and sadly the Ravens are not passing it here. Lamar does get tripped up though, so we call a timeout with 24 seconds on the clock. All will be forgiven if offense gets a field goal here, and nope, they actually turn it over instantly. So first loss of the season comes at the hands of the Ravens, as Stringer balled out, but 2 picks was not enough. I guess next time he's gonna have to take him to the bank. Thankfully offense is having better luck against this lowly Cardinals team, but it seems like they might actually have a little something for this defense. Arizona's QB is going to dump it off to the tight end. Stringer was almost there, but just a second late, and they get the touchdown. Okay, you know, maybe offense just had a bad day. Seems like we can definitely work with this. Stringer's team is 87 overall, so I don't even think rating wise our offense is below average, but defense is struggling a bit today. Cardinals are going to cut the lead to 4. I'm not sure what about this Cardinals offense has made it so difficult to deal with, but this quarterback Gadsden's just tearing Stringer's team up right now. This is a loss that the Raiders absolutely cannot take. Need a goal line stop badly here, and this is a potential game deciding play as the quarterback's going to get out of the pocket and go down with a sack. Let's go. So defense is just barely able to cling on to this lead. Unfortunately, offense not able to do anything. Defense has got to hold on for this 4th quarter. The Cardinals are already driving, and with this completion, they're going to get in field goal range. This would be a beautiful time for a Stringer Bell pick, and I thought we were going to have a chance at that on the drag route. Dude did a good job of putting air onto that ball. Holding the Cardinals to a field goal is a must here, but unfortunately, the curl is wide open, and they're going to get to the 10. This is where the team needs some magic. Cardinals are just going to run it, and they will get into the end zone. Offense has got to do something here. First, we got this 2-point conversion. That'll go nowhere. So moment of truth, just need one more touchdown, and offense provides. Let's go, sir. All right, Arizona does have time to potentially get into field goal range here, so we gotta be careful. That's not a good start. 10 seconds. Cardinals probably have 2 plays at the most, and they're going over the middle. Oh god, bro. They're gonna be able to kick a 60-yard field goal. So here we go. No ability to ice the kicker. Stringer's trying to get in there. there for the rush, and the kick is going to be good. Are you kidding me? It just snuck in through the left. I actually cannot believe it. So shockingly, Arizona beats the Raiders. They fall to 1-2 on the year. Offense was better today, but this team was sorely missing a Stringer Bell interception. So checking out the stats partway through the season, Stringer has 7 picks through 4 games. I really think he's going to make a push for MVP. And next up is the Patriots, who have signed Tua Tagovailoa. This game against the Patriots has not gotten off to an ideal start. Offense has been turning it over like crazy, and we need a pick. I thought Stringer had him one there, but can't quite hop for it. And if the Patriots score here, we might be boned. But Stringer and Ziggy Sabaka able to get a nice little tackle in the backfield. Unfortunately, an easy dump off is going to get New England really close to this first down. And with just 15 seconds left, Tua is going to throw a dot to the corner of the end zone. This Raiders defense is kind of getting scorched right now. Barring something crazy happening here, this game looks out of reach. And Stringer has his most quiet game yet, not even sniffing a turnover today. Thankfully, this game against Miami has been a lot easier and a lot more uneventful until that huge sack from Stringer. I believe that is Stringer's first sack of the season. Offense just hasn't quite been able to put this game away. I'm worried the Dolphins will eventually put a drive together. They haven't really established the ground game so far, but they're trying to here as they keep running these delayed handoffs. Sit down though. We still haven't quite seen that Stringer Bell pick. This might be a chance, but it goes right over its head, and I don't know where the deep help is, but this tight end is gonna rumble all the way into the end zone. A brutal break, and offense turns the ball over instantly. Just like that, the Dolphins are in control of this game, and they'll run it in for an easy touchdown. Come on, bro. And that boy just won't stop running. He's just gonna keep running. Offense has been worse than useless in the second half, as we've just got one last chance to stop the clock, and this third down should decide it. Dolphins are gonna go 5 wide. It feels like we need a pick here, and dude is rolling out, chucking it up deep. That'll be incomplete. All will be forgiven if offense gets a touchdown here, but of course they do not. A second straight loss. The common denominator with these losses, no Stringer Bell picks. He did have the sack today though, so the team's sitting at 2-4 on the season at this point. At 87 overall, I just can't say I see where the problem is. Thankfully, offense starts this one out right. I'm hoping Stringer can bully Brock Purdy today. We've had a little bit of a dry spell with the interceptions, as Purdy's just taken off here, slides down before Stringer can kill him. Love to see the assassination attempt from our boy there, but after a turnover from offense, the 49ers putting together a solid drive. Open for a little goal line magic here, and who else? Ziggy Sabaka jumps it for the pick, and he is the fastest man on the field. He's going to take this all the way back to the crib. The biggest play I've seen him make since Stringer got on this team. Ziggy looking like his prime right there, even busting out the terrible dance moves. It feels like it's Stringer's turn to get a piece, and Brock Purdy scrambling. Here it is. Stringer is all over that. You idiot. We will take that to the bank with ease, as the camera is tweaking out, but Stringer struts into the end zone. His 8th pick of the season, and just like that, Brock Purdy has pissed this game away. All the Raiders got to do is not blow a 21-point lead here, and that's proving to be pretty easy, as this game has been somewhat uneventful in the second half, and Stringer and the boys get a big time turnaround win against a talented team, as the pick sixes from Stringer and especially Ziggy were absolutely key in this win. So that was a great win, but there's still a lot of work to be done to get this season back on track. It's going to be tough to get a second straight win against Josh Allen and the Bills today. Stringer's going to need to play his best game today to take these guys down, and I don't know what Josh Allen was thinking there. Give me that. Stringer's not able to take it to the crib, but that's still big, and I'm hoping that can shift the momentum of this game, as offense is able to go down and get a touchdown, but the Bills are looking to answer right back before halftime. But thankfully the Bills managed the clock idiotically and will have to settle for a field goal, and we got a tie ball game going into the 4th quarter, so it looks like this one is going to come down to the wire. I do not trust offense to score again, so we desperately need to stop here, but this might be bad. Stephon Diggs is loose, and he is jetting down the field. Stringer might be the only person fast enough to catch him, and thankfully a good angle is going to get him down at the 1. So now we're going to need a goal line stop. Looks like a play action pass, too easy for Josh Allen. And offense wastes a lot of clock without getting any points. This game might just be over, as the Bills are just going to take a knee. Offense should get a punt return to try to do something, but sadly they of course cannot. Another
Another difficult loss, but I feel like our schedule's got to get easier from this point. Stringer continues to ball out with another interception on the day. Offense just couldn't give this defense the support that they needed. So after falling to a 3-5 record, if we don't get a win today, our playoff hopes are really going to be in trouble. Thankfully, both defense and offense have actually been good today. I'm hoping this one will just be nice and easy. Now, this is interesting. Coaches got Stringer back to receive a punt return. He's getting it out of his own end zone and won't be able to do hardly anything with it. I have absolutely no idea why he wound up on the field there. I think because of an injury that happened earlier this game, coaches suddenly decided to put Stringer on special teams. Very interesting. Stringer, of course, went crazy on special teams his freshman season at Marshall, and the Broncos actually have a little bit of momentum going in the third quarter, but Stringer is going to snatch that momentum away. Give me that. That should hopefully stomp out the Broncos' dreams of a comeback. And offense extends the lead with another field goal, as this trash quarterback is throwing it right to Ziggy Sabaka. He's been going crazy lately, and he might have a shot to take this to the crib. Cannot quite outrun that last guy, but a beautiful play. And this is really the game this team needed. Why not get one more pick for Stringer, add to those MVP numbers, as he'll take it back for a nice little return. This quarterback is definitely one of the worst we've seen this season, and this is truly astounding. Stringer is being given an offensive snap at the end of the fourth quarter, checking in at tight end, and he's getting thrown the ball. He tries to go up for the one-hander and accidentally tipped it to the Broncos defender, but just another way to get a hit stick. Stringer truly thinking in 4D. Sadly, I think that may be the last time we see Stringer on offense, but it was an interesting experiment for sure, as Stringer had one of his best games, leading the team in tackles and adding 2 picks. Ziggy, of course, coming in second with a pick himself. Alright, next up we got the Rams. I'm expecting this game to be a little bit more difficult, as Stringer starts things out with a nasty hit. This is, of course, a Super Bowl rematch, a chance to get revenge on the team that broke Stringer's heart last year. And we got a 3rd and 12, need to keep the Rams out of the end zone here, but that is a dot right over our linebacker for this quarterback, and this is not quite the start we were hoping for. Thankfully, offense able to answer back with a touchdown, and Stringer is tackling angry right now. This game looks like it might come down to the wire. Feels like we need Stringer to make a play for this team. We go to the fourth quarter tied up at 10, and there it is, bro, reminiscent of last year. Stringer jumps the drag route in the fourth quarter, and he will take this to the bank. No one is fast enough to catch Stringer Bell from behind. We all know this. He will do a nice little heel click into the end zone, and now we just got to box up for this fourth quarter, as Stringer's getting tried again on the slant route. Man, if I saw that a half second sooner, we would have picked it off. But as it is, we get the big 3rd down swat, and it looks like the Rams are going to punt it. Offense has the chance to kill the clock, and they do. A huge win for the Raiders, as Stringer delivered in the big moment with that pick 6. So that does bring the Raiders to 500 on the season, but taking on the 89 overall Houston Texans is not going to be easy. Offense did start this thing out hot, and Stringer almost starts out hot himself. I thought we were all over that, bro. Big missed opportunity in a game where Stringer's probably going to need to come up with some picks, and once again, he just barely misses one. It goes over his head for the touchdown. And I wouldn't expect too much support from offense today. Defense has got to step up, and Stringer answers the call, forcing what I think is his first fumble of the season, but sadly no one can pick it up. Stringer is still amped up after that though. I don't know if Stringer has gotten a tackle broken all season, and this defense comes up with a big time sack on Stroud on 3rd down. This has been a slow moving game. We're in the 3rd quarter, and both teams have only had the ball a couple of times. Max Crosby has just been an absolutely dominant pass rusher today, as defense has actually held up pretty well against this high powered offense. Sadly, Garner Minshew and the Raiders offense have not really been doing their part. We're not going to be able to hold up this Texans offense forever, and this one just barely gets over Stringer's head. I don't know how dude caught that, but that was a dot. Ziggy Sabaka almost getting in there for the swat, and the Texans are threatening to score. This could very well be the game right here. Gotta try to hold them to a field goal so offense has a chance. And they're gonna pass it on 3rd down. Stroud looking deep, and that'll be incomplete. Texans do make the decision to kick the field goal. So we're gonna need offense to do something here. Just need the sim to do us well one time, bro. And thankfully it does. They get a whole touchdown. Absolutely beautiful. tackle. Same as last game, just gotta close this out. As a win today would finally put the Raiders over 500 on the year. Stringer, man, has just been barely missing these picks. I would love to see him catch a game winner. This is starting to get into dangerous territory as Stroud is marching these dudes downfield. So here we go. Glad offense didn't just get a field goal, and Stringer having to take the over top route there does a nice job of coming back to tackle the underneath, as the Texans are managing the clock poorly, letting it trickle under 30 seconds, and uh-oh, bro, they call verticals and get it inside the 15. All right, boys, really gotta box up here. Season could potentially come down to this as Stroud just dumps it off. The clock is running, and the Texans do take a timeout. They will probably have 2 shots to the end zone, and Stroud is taking off, throws across his body out of bounds. I was worried we were gonna miss a tackle on that one. All right, here we go. 4th and 3 for the game. This looks like a slant play. Stroud is throwing it to the flats, and oh my god, they marked him out of bounds. I cannot believe it, bro. I thought we were toast. A potential season saver. We barely squeak out of there. As Stringer had no picks this time, but did have a nice little forced fumble. I'll see you in the next one to see if we can get Stringer into the playoffs. Peace.